Look around any major American city today, and you'll hear politicians talk endlessly about compassion. Yet the streets look like this. If empathy is our highest moral virtue, why are communities becoming demonstrably less safe? Before we examine the data, a quick thanks to today's sponsor, Shasta Unfiltered, an independent platform dedicated to honest local reporting in Northern California. A framework for understanding this disconnect comes from conservative author Allie Beth Stuckey. She calls the phenomenon toxic empathy. True compassion requires understanding another's pain and responding with wisdom. But recently, care has been weaponized. It demands that we suspend judgment and prioritize immediate feelings over objective facts. This distortion pressures society to validate lies and support harmful policies, simply because refusing to do so feels unkind. Columnist Laura Hollis tracks how this mindset translates directly into concrete law, a process she calls warped compassion. When policies are built entirely around avoiding hurt feelings, they risk eroding the basic foundations of a functioning society: property rights, personal responsibility, and the rule of law. The system often shifts its focus from the damage done to the victim toward providing understanding and leniency to the offender. Questioning this approach draws intense fire. High-profile political figures routinely attack critics to defend the status quo of these supposedly empathetic policies. This creates a fundamental tension we need to investigate. If the justice system prioritizes the feelings of the perpetrator, does it inevitably come at the expense of public safety? This chart shows how California's Proposition 47 was supposed to work. By downgrading thefts under a $950 threshold to misdemeanors, the goal was to reduce incarceration and focus on treatment. Instead, thieves realized they could operate with near impunity. Retail theft and smash-and-grab operations surged. The physical reality of that policy failure is visible in nearly every pharmacy and grocery store today, where basic goods are locked behind plexiglass. Leniency for criminals created more victims. The social contract broke down, harming the exact vulnerable communities these laws were supposed to protect. These policies aren't contained in major metro areas. They are shaping daily life in places like Shasta County, California. Take the local syringe services program. It's pitched as compassionate harm reduction. While it aims to prevent disease transmission, the practical reality is an increase in hazardous needle litter in parks and playgrounds, creating new risks for the rest of the community. By focusing purely on reducing immediate risk, critics argue these programs may be removing the friction, the natural consequences of addiction, that often act as the primary catalyst for a person to seek recovery. Communities are starting to push back. Voters recently supported measures like Proposition 36 to restore stricter penalties and force accountability. Removing consequences under the guise of kindness traps addicts in a cycle of dependency, while forcing the surrounding community to bear the cost. The alternative to toxic empathy is not cruelty. The historical, biblical model of compassion pairs mercy with an unyielding commitment to telling the truth. Genuine love frequently requires confronting destructive patterns and setting firm boundaries to prevent further damage. This diagram provides a simple test for future legislation. Does a policy actually help a person achieve long-term flourishing, or does it merely enable harm to protect immediate feelings? Compassion grounded in truth builds up a healthy society, while empathy, disconnected from reality, tears it down. Navigating these policies requires citizens who are willing to look at the hard evidence and ask difficult questions. To stay informed with honest local reporting, like, subscribe, and visit Shasta Unfiltered using the link on screen.